That's the first step. Like I go out to, I say this in my TED talk and I get teased about it to this day, right? But like when I go out to eat for dinner, when I go for a dinner, and like I use the menu as like a place where I see all the different ingredients that people have on the menu, like all the different ingredients the restaurant has. And so, like, I'll say, can I please get this instead of that? Can I substitute that? Can I get the dressing on the side? And sometimes, and if you're polite and nice, anyone will do anything if you're nice and polite, right? But a lot of my friends would be mortified, but yet then I get the meal that I want and they get the meal that they don't want. And then they wish they would have done what I did so then they can be happy, right? So that's the first step.
Mm.
It's like, you know what? Like start small. Start like asking for the salad dressing on the side or extra whatever it is on your meal or whatever. Like use the restaurant and the menu as a beginning point, right? Because like I said, if these are things that make you naturally uncomfortable, start standing up for yourself in small little ways, right? Like maybe call the cell service provider and see if there's a better plan for your cell phone to save money. You can go to the local coffee shops and ask if there's any local discounts for people who live in the neighborhood. Like people don't know what they don't know. And if you don't ask, you don't get. So if anything, just start asking for these little things that would otherwise would make you uncomfortable or you would shy away from. And that builds your bold. And then once you see a return on that investment, like, oh, actually, look at that. They have a 10% discount, or like, look at that. I did get the salad dressing on the side and they did substitute that. Like, once you see that your ask actually comes to fruition, it kind of like gives you a little bit more like oomph to ask again.
But how then do we take these actions from ad hoc actions to creating a bold lifestyle? Because I used to always say to people, if you're dealing with social anxiety, speak to the cashier. How's your day? You don't need anything else, but there's your money. But build up and build up. Speak to everybody. Use it as an opportunity to be social. But in like principle 6, you talk about how limbic friction occurs, how people are, your old programming wants to take back over, keep you in the comfort zone. How do we stop ourselves not getting pulled back? How do we start this? Is it just compounding the small wins, just pushing and pushing them, like you're saying, asking for the dressing to be removed, asking the cashier for something you don't need, but just a chance to be a bit more bolder? How do we turn these from ad hoc actions into a newer version of us, more confident, a bigger comfort zone?
Well, I think what happens a lot of times is that how we actually change the neuroplasticity in our brains, right, is by doing something over and over and over again, right? And that's the only way to do it. So you're asking me about limbic friction. It's 100% true, right? Because we'll always naturally gravitate to where we naturally feel most comfortable. But guess what? The more you do this type of bold action and bold move, that becomes your new comfort zone. That becomes your new normal if you do it enough times, right?